Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. Today's reading is going to be focused on this person's overall energy, thoughts, and feelings towards you and your connection at this time. So we're talking about current energies here today. I'm going to get started with a couple of oracle cards to do that energy check, and then we're going to use the tarot to dive deep into their emotions and their thoughts of you. So, wow. Okay then. We have the fox and the dragon coming out right away together. I want to get a third card, so give me a moment here. Okay. We also have the gazelle. That's been coming up in my readings a lot lately. Maybe you guys have noticed that, or if you're new to the channel, you may resonate with other readings on my channel if you want to check that out when we're done here. The dragon is the solar plexus chakra in this deck. Okay. And then we have the fox. Earth energy could be present with your person. They could be an earth sign or have earth dominant in their chart. Sun, moon, rising. We also have fire, and even more fire represented with the solar plexus. So fire energy could also be important. That is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, as well as Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Now, aside from that, your person is kind of ping-ponging between two different energies in this connection. And the reason behind that is because they're either in the process of unblocking their solar plexus chakra, or that is something universe is pushing them to do at this time. You may notice that your person has moments of feeling like they have low self-esteem, low confidence, low drive, low motivation. Maybe on occasion they tend to be a people pleaser or sweep their emotions under the rug in order to fit in with the crowd. That's something that they're meant to work through. And I think this connection is helping them. One of the reasons you met them was probably to activate this spiritually, push them in that direction. Because what I'm seeing here is they have moments of anxiety, moments of fearfulness. They always feel like they have to be on high alert. Maybe they overanalyze you. Every small gesture or word they take as a big thing, like a really big deal. If you say something the wrong way, they really hyperanalyze that, and they kind of go in spirals where they question everything, and then they get nervous and they overthink, maybe stay up late at night stressing out about this. And then they have moments where they're actually feeling very confident in this connection. They feel like they can trust you. They feel like you are not a deceiver, that you're loyal, that they're loyal to you. The fox in this deck represents monogamy, long-term commitment, an intelligent or witty individual. So your person is almost too smart for their own good, from what I can see here, to the point where they might be an overthinker. And pairing that in with maybe a wounded solar plexus or a wounded sense of self, it can really get them spiraling in a bad direction if not kept in check. So right now, your person energetically is represented as this person who is bouncing back and forth between feeling good, feeling safe, feeling secure in the connection, feeling very confident, to being quite nervous, maybe doubting their worthiness of this relationship or this connection they share with you, and then overthinking things. So that is how they're represented energetically. I do think that they are meant to work on their solar plexus. It's really important that we always start at the root chakra and work our way up, like at equal intervals. You don't want to focus only on one chakra at a time, because it can throw the whole system out of balance. If that's something that interests you, there are much more knowledgeable creators out there than I, so I would invite you to explore that on your own time if you would like to. I just like to give that tidbit of information because in the beginning of my journey, I wasn't aware of that, and so I would focus on one chakra at a time specifically and then kind of get thrown off balance again, or I would see blockages come back in after a while. So I think your person really just needs to work on their own sense of stability, security, confidence, self-worth. Not to mention, I just noticed there are really a lot of yellows and oranges coming through in these cards. So chances are they just have some sort of a blockage going on with their solar plexus. That's something that they're probably meant to work through and deal with and handle. Maybe they're already in the process of doing that. So, a great way to encourage this person in that direction, if it's something you would like to, is, maybe do morning meditations with them, or, encourage them to do gratitude lists or affirmations, especially self-worth affirmations. I have some videos on the channel that have those in them. More recent ones, I forget which ones exactly. If I can remember, I'll link them either above at the end of the video or down below. Otherwise, at the end of all of my readings, I always do an affirmation. So if you ever have your favorites, you can always write them down, give them to your person, say, hey, these really help me out. I figured maybe you'd want to give it a try as well. It's something you can do in just like 2 minutes, but it does help to boost up your energy, especially those self-worth affirmations like I am brave, I am strong, I trust myself to make good decisions, I believe in myself, I am safe, things like that. They're really simple and it only takes a minute or so. Okay, anyway, we're going to talk about their thoughts and feelings about you and the connection now. That first card up is the 5 of Swords. And that's the card I take as self-sabotage. So that's another indicator for you. If this person has a tendency to self-sabotage, maybe with overprotectiveness, this is definitely your reading, okay? We have the 4 of Pentacles coming out alongside that, and the 4 of Pentacles in a love context can come across as somebody who's maybe a little bit greedy, possessive, jealous, protective, defensive. They may have walls up or be quite guarded. And in this context, I feel like that's one of the things that they're subconsciously doing to sabotage this connection, because they don't feel worthy of it. Because this person has a wounded solar plexus and a wounded sense of self, they may really struggle with self-validation or feeling worthy of love and affection. And that's like a double-edged sword, because since they have that wound and they're not addressing it, or they're still in the early stages of healing that, they may lash out or push you away. When they feel like they're not worthy of this love, they may even blame shift and try to push that on you, or, say it's your fault or this or that or the other. Or inversely, they may even be a little bit too clingy or too codependent, or they may reach out a lot for validation, which in turn might be pushing you away, because you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I already told you I'm invested in you. I already told you I'm committed to this. Why are we backtracking here? What's going on? So I see that presenting itself in a couple of different ways, regardless of how this person is acting with that. I see that they do feel very, very attached to you. They feel protective over this connection. They don't want to let it go. They do care for you. They're just still kind of in the self-sabotage mode, I guess you can say. Yeah, because we have the 10 of Swords that came out with the 9 of Wands, because they've been defeated in the past. They've been hurt in the past, okay? Maybe somebody has abandoned them unexpectedly, like in a past relationship. This person still needs to do some reflecting on those past relationships, or the past relationship that probably wounded them. I take the 9 of Wands as a card of hindsight in this context, where maybe they don't see how they were at fault in certain situations, or how other people were at fault and maybe they absorbed all the blame for why a connection disintegrated or something. Your person has some reflecting to do, but they're resisting it a bit at this time. And so what I'm getting at here is that I think that they are subconsciously projecting past issues onto your connection and onto themselves, which is sabotaging this. They care for you. This person wants you to stick around, but they still have some healing to do, and they're pushing you away subconsciously because they haven't fully addressed those things yet. All right, let's get a couple more cards out. Couple more cards, please. Talk to me about this person's honest emotions towards the viewer. Okay. We have the world. I think you inspire them to make change. The world is about endings of cycles and things coming to completion. You inspire them to do that. And what that is, hold on, it's the 5 of Cups. They want to end their own misery. Like, honestly, you inspire this person to like let go of what's been holding them back. You do. I would say you're an inspiration to them. Maybe you yourself have been on a really long healing journey and you're quite proud of that. Maybe you've talked to your person about this. That's why you're inspirational to them. Or it could just be where you're at energetically. They're just picking up on that. That you are the type of person that really cares about growth and development, and you're inspiring them to do the same. I just want to show you the back of the deck is the Death card, okay? So this person wants to change. They do want to change. It's not easy. And anybody who's been on a growth journey, a personal growth journey and or a spiritual growth journey knows that it can be very, very challenging. The ego likes to stay with what feels familiar, even if what feels familiar isn't in the highest good of the individual, right? The ego seeks familiar. It seeks out patterns. It seeks out what feels comfortable and safe, even if it isn't in our highest good. And growth challenges the ego. It forces you to do new things and to try new things and to level up, which can be a little bit uncomfortable, even if it is in our highest good sometimes. And so your person is committed to this growth. They are committed to this development. It's just really challenging for them right now because they're kind of being forced to unlearn things that they've probably been used to for a very long time. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up with a couple messages just for you now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you stick around on the channel for more readings in the future. I am going to get you out your message from the universe and then your affirmation of the day. And I highly encourage you to affirm the message with me when we get there. You can grab a pen and paper out, or you can comment it, or just read it out loud with me. Your first message is playfulness with the coyote. This is a reminder to not take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. Honestly, I feel like your person could use that message too. Okay. And then your affirmation is, I am always supplied with whatever I need. Take a look at your life so far and acknowledge how many things you have overcome, all because you were supplied with what you needed at the time. So true. So very true. This is your moment to be grateful for what you have. Gratitude lists are also really, really helpful with self-love and growth. So I encourage you to do that if you would like to today. Anyway, I'm going to leave your reading here. Thank you so much for joining. I hope to see you for a future reading and wish you a blessed rest of your day or night. Bye for now.